sports for NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. DA, it's all yours.
Well, thank you very much. Now, the NBA has accepted that this is an era of player movement. Commissioner Adam Silver says the data shows that superstars moving isn't necessarily a bad thing because it allows situations to change. Teams that may not be in a competitive position hope that they can sign one of those players. And as we know, Kevin, hope springs eternal.
It always does. It keeps the fans involved and looking for more. David, thanks. Look at Cleveland's starting group. The defensive pair in the post, Mobley and Allen. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Darius Garland. And it's Okoro in at the small forward position. And for Atlanta, Murray is the shooting guard, Hunter the small forward. Collins and Capella man the post positions. And it's Young in at the one. Well, every season we hear mention of the rookie wall. Is that real, Steve, or is it just a myth?
Kevin, it's real. And for some players, the NBA seems so much longer and more grueling than the college season. It's certainly an exhausting adjustment.
There's the pass to Hunter. There's the triple. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Now, Okoro, looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Pass to Mobley. Back to Garland. Mobley, a screen on Young. Garland kicks to Mobley. Allen trying to break free. That one falls.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater. And one thing that is special about Evan Mobley, made an immediate defensive impact as a rookie. Something few big men are able to do.
Here's Capella. They get it again. And it's blocked. And he keeps control of the ball. Okoro with it. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Hunter grabs the miss. As you said, very few rookie big men, Greg, can shape a defense like Mobley did.
Kind of reminds you of the impact Tim Duncan had with his defense. But Mobley can protect the rim and stay in front of guards on the perimeter. Boy, sky is the limit for him defensively.
Count that one.
And this is Young's game. He's a shooter and someone that looks to score often.
Garland looking it over. Down low, here's Mobley. That shot, no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
And they cruised to a big win in their last meeting, getting that opposing starting lineup out of the game early with foul trouble.
You can bet that was their game plan from the get-go. Don't be shocked if they're aggressive again today as well. Beautiful catch and flush by Collins, a high flyer who attacks the rim with purpose.
And Mobley throws it down.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
What I love about John Collins, he plays with great determination, trying to impose his will.
Here's Okoro. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Heat in Miami. Hunter on the wing, covered by Mitchell. Young outside. To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. Collins passes to Young. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Hawks lead by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And this has been a fairly close game for the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
energy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
The Cavaliers trailing. The guard pair, the talented Young and Murray. Saddiq Bey is out there with Okongwu. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. Now here's Allen. And that one drops for him.
And Allen's a competitor. He knows what his job is, and he has to be a major presence inside. He has to have the ability to score points down low.
Mobley against Bey. Young from outside connects from 3-point range. Young's got 5.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
And catch and release, not just about fishing. Saddiq Bey last season with the 4th most catch-and-shoot triples made in the NBA.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Now, some people call John Collins John the Baptist for how he dunks over defenders. He says, the game is slowing down for me. I'm able to see my spots. I want to continue to build on that and be looked at as a pillar, a guy that can be counted upon. Kevin, it seems he's hungry for more. Back to you.
He's a big-time dunker, that's for sure, looking to reach his full potential. David, thanks.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Greg, you were talking about how Bey is always in motion. He's always working so well off the ball, isn't he?
He is, Kevin. One of the league leaders in ground covered over the course of the season. And with all his minutes played, you know he's in tip-top shape. And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They're unselfish. They're passing the ball well, setting up teammates, playing team basketball, and their focus.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
That free throw good from Allen. The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against the Wizards in Washington. Young finds Bogdanovich. The Cavaliers pull it in. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And a lot of people thought they were the favorites going into that one, but it ended up being a much tougher game than most anticipated, and they just fell short.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Jarrett Allen. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Trailing by 2. Pass to Bogdanovich. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Bogdanovich has good size and strength, and he's effective in drawing contact and completing plays. Starting at the age of 18, Bogdan spent the first 7 seasons of his career playing internationally for teams in Serbia and Turkey.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu, and Collins subbed in for Bey. Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
What impresses me is the efficiency of Bogey's game. He works so hard to develop that consistency.
Passes it to Allen. 24 seconds left to play here in the half. To the inside, and Allen slams it in.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
And here's Young. Johnson with a screen on Allen. Jared Allen has been on display for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. With Quinn Snyder, Coach, they came at you offensively. So what has to change for you defensively?
Well, a lot, obviously, with everybody on the floor. You know, they're capable of doing this, but we're not. It's just too easy.
Got to tighten things up as we go along. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down.
And taking a look at the Cavaliers, they haven't quite looked like themselves lately. The question is, how do they get back to the top? How do they recapture that magic? I think it starts with raising the intensity level. Become more aggressive, night after night, fight after fight. Aggressive is right.
And moving on to the Cavaliers' first half. It's a close one through 2 quarters.
So far, their shot selection has been excellent. They're finding their spots. They have to feel very good about that.
Yeah, but they have to stay focused. This is not a time to get cocky.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Jared Allen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, in at small forward and power forward, it's Okoro and Mobley. Darius Garland is out there with Mitchell, and it's Allen in at the 5 spot. It's stolen by Allen. For 3, Mitchell. And it's John Collins with the rebound.
And John Collins does just about everything you'd want your big man to do.
Greg, what I like is he can shoot it from deep. He's still someone who is improving defensively, and he's a guy who wants to keep developing his overall game.
Right through the D for the layup. Collins has got 6.
When you have John's combination of size and skill, you're simply more dangerous around the rim.
Allen outside to the paint. He's looking for Mitchell and finds him. Murray with the defensive effort.
This is the shot you want, right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Young pass to Collins. Shoots over Mobley. Shot by Collins, no good.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Now here's Allen after the miss from John Collins. Here's Mobley. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 6 points for him.
Textbook feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense. And there's one area where the Cavs have been very good the past few seasons. That's the draft. They've made some terrific picks in terms of personnel.
55 seconds left to play here in the third. The pass to Garland. Now here's Okoro. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And he gets the bucket. And now a 3-point Cavalier lead. And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Bay comes in for John Collins. Griffin's checked in for Hunter. And it's Bogdanovich in for Murray. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Wade, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Green comes in for Okoro. Karis LeVert's checked in for Mitchell. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Garland. Now here's Bay. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
Quality pass from Sadiq Bey, recognizing the overcommitment and making the D pay for it.
Bogdanovich against LeVert. Five to shoot from deep three-point range. It doesn't go for him. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Cavaliers ahead, leading by just one. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Sadiq Bey is out there with Okongwu. Then there's DeAndre Hunter. And it's Young, and it's Griffin in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And Okongwu slams it in.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Now, here's Rubio. He is looking for Mobley and finds him.
I think this is Rubio's greatest trait. I love to watch him move the basketball, and so does his coaching staff.
It's Young on the wing. Okongwu with the screen for Young. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Wade outside.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
1:57 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Mobley. Rebounded by the Hawks. Bey with it. He's picked up by Mobley. Bey gets the bucket. Bey's got the lead up to 3 now for the Hawks.
Smooth move by Sadiq Bey. Staying agile and getting past the defender.
Timeout called Cleveland. They're behind by 3. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Collins checked in for Atlanta. Murray comes in for Griffin. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, thanks. During that last break, I listened in to J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappy. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Thank you, David. How Young following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. And Okongwu slams it in.
So dangerous in the pick and roll. Trey makes quick reads and great decisions.
Mitchell against Murray. And Mitchell gets it to go.
This just goes with the narrative. Mitchell is a baller, wants to be considered among the best in the game.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're up by 3. There's 1 minute left in the fourth.
T-shirt crew is looking for the last minute, so get up and get crazy.
Young looking it over. Collins, a screen on Garland. Young passes to Collins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mobley. .50 seconds left in the game. Young outside. Shot clock at 5. For three, Murray. He can't get it to go. And Cleveland the other way now.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Absolutely. They're within striking distance, but they have to make pretty much every shot.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Atlanta calls timeout. They're up by 3. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Who wants the free t-shirt? Number 88. In the offense,
A big-time possession here.
Yeah, and their hearts must be going 100 miles an hour right now.
Darius Garland, his first, team second. At the line for your Hawks, Trey Young.
Shooting 2.
At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And we continue to see Young take on more responsibility, welcoming the challenge to go to the line.
And he hits both free throws here, so now it's a 5-point game.
Nice job extending the lead and making this a 2-possession game now.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're trailing by 5. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Mitchell against Murray. Three-pointer. The 3 from Garland. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
What an explosive player Trey Young has turned himself into. He is must-see TV every night.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
Here's Mobley. Off target with his 3. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
His first, team's 4th. At the line for your Hawks.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
And I don't think John Collins is a guy who gets flustered easily. Well, let's see how he does at the strike.
So he comes up empty, missing both. And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Trey, you guys had a look in your eyes tonight, so how satisfying was this win?
I mean, it feels great. It feels great getting a win. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just here to help my team win, whoever we're playing against, and that's all I care about.
Well, you all certainly did what you had to get this win, man. Congratulations. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. Now, let's check out our New Balance player of the game, Trey Young.